Dear friends and colleagues, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. My first words are those of a great thanks and deep appreciation to my dear friend and our honorable host, Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen, for the warm welcome and for the excellent arrangements provided by his country, the Kingdom of Denmark, to ensure the full success of today's important gathering. It is indeed a great pleasure and a distinct honor for me to make these introductory remarks at the official opening of this 21st session of the African Nordic Foreign Ministers annual meeting. Algeria has proudly hosted the previous session marking the 20th anniversary of this unique gathering that has been constantly working to promote the much needed values of dialogue, cooperation, trust, respect, and understanding. To say the least, these values that unite us in this forum are nowadays under existential threat, as we all witness with regret, frustration, and dismay the re-emergence and increasing prevalence of logics of polarizations, divisions, and confrontations. Logics that are all inherited from one of the darkest chapters of human history that we all thought had been definitely put behind us. The impact of this situation has been and continues to be utterly detrimental. Hotbeds of crisis, tensions, and conflicts multiply, accumulate, and expand. The multilateralism is in a steady retreat. The United Nations is being progressively disqualified, and one of its central bodies, the Security Council, is gradually falling into a state of a complete paralysis. To mention just one case, the unfolding situation in Gaza embodies alone all these dysfunctionalities that challenge nowadays, in a direct and blatant manner, the very essence of a rules-based system to which we are all committed. The continued inability of the international community to react in a united and decisive manner to put an end to the atrocities being committed against the Palestinian people has reignited doubts and skepticism about the very raison d'etre and relevance of international law in its entirety. These are certainly not ordinary times. These are times of deep crisis, times of profound turmoil, and most clearly, times of great uncertainty. In such times, the world is in a dire need of voices of wisdom and commitment, like the ones that have constantly emerged from this forum. Collectively, we need to stand up and speak up for what we genuinely believe in as a gathering of like-minded countries, countries that are deeply committed to the norms that make up the solid foundation of the international system, countries that are faithfully engaged to consolidate and international cooperation in the face of the daunting contemporary challenges. And last but not least, countries that firmly believe, both in word and deed, that the UN Charter remains the only compass for humanity to achieve peace, to advance human rights, and to foster shared prosperity for all. From this perspective, I wish to congratulate the organizers for having highlighted, through the rich program of this 21st session, the strategic importance of the North-South cooperation and partnership in the areas of peace and security and sustainable development. As we usually say, peace and development are two sides of the same coin. There is no peace without development, and there can be no development without peace. Besides, it has become abundantly clear that both peace and development cannot thrive without human rights and justice. These realities are all the more relevant in the African context. Africa is pursuing both tracks in parallel, silencing the guns agenda and the development agenda. Its efforts deserve to be supported, and its repeated calls for addressing its long marginalization in all walks of international life deserve to be heard and acted upon. I sincerely commend the organizers for bringing to the fore the issue of global governance, and most particularly that of the international financial institutions. Time has indeed come to correct the historical injustice inflicted upon Africa in all these institutions. So let us uphold the precious lessons of history. Let us work all together to break the wrong patterns that perpetuate instability and inequality. And let us make full use of the African-Nordic privileged relationship to positively influence the international decision-making process to help achieve a better world for all. I thank you.